What do you think of CentOS versus Ubuntu versus Mint?
So you're comparing neck and neck, the top two and an odd outlier.
So which one is the outlier?
CentOS is the oddball, while Ubuntu used to be number one until Mint replaced it as number one.
CentOS is supposed to be heavily tested and verified.
All Linux versions get that reputation, and Ubuntu maybe even more so since their developers get paid.
Ubuntu has the ads from Amazon.
If you rely on volunteer developers and testers like CentOS, you risk the OS disappearing because everyone got tired of maintaining it or moved on to a new, cooler project.
Mint is non-commercial.
Sure, and that's why it is replacing Ubuntu as the top distribution. But they either have corporate backing or will soon.
I know OpenSUSE is backed by Novell.
The open source model of CentOS has a major weakness, which is manpower, or people power, if you like. It has a slow release schedule and patch release cycle because it doesn't have a dedicated team.
What's great about Mint, aside from the classic desktop environment?
It is a somewhat light OS in terms of memory and RAM needs, but it actually has all the applications you'd want on a desktop. Lighter OS exists like Puppy, but that doesn't even have the files you need to complete a VPN connection.
So you can have an even lighter OS, but that's because they cut the fat and into the muscle.
Ubuntu has a full application suite too, though a separate one from Mint. Some people choose between the two depending on the open source versions of Photoshop and Microsoft Office they like more.
I've heard Ubuntu has more applications.
Mint and Ubuntu are probably equal in installation apps and available ones, but Ubuntu gets points for Steam.
Instant gaming is a hot commodity these days.